This podcast is not affiliated with any Grand Lodge, and the ridiculous antics and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own. Should be dismissed immediately.
So, welcome to a very special episode of Studio 357 Masonic Podcast. It's very special.
It's special. We're special.
We're very special.
We're special. All right.
First things first, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Let's thank our show sponsors, who we would not have a show without. We have Homeward Handyman Services, who's a master mason here locally in Omaha. Does great, outstanding non-permittable work, which is good. I mean, he can pull permits for a job, but he specializes in non-permittable stuff. BricksMasons.com for all your regalia needs. The Insurance Center for all types of insurance. People come from near and far to buy insurance at the Insurance Center.
Near and far.
Near and far. Everything in the book.
You should say they travel.
They travel.
They travel.
That's,
there we
yeah,
go. There we
true.
go.
And of course, the most important one to my heart is the Corporal Dagan Page Foundation. Corporal Dagan Page was lost in 2021 at the Abbey Gate in Afghanistan. So we keep his foundation prevalent in as many ears and eyes as we can. So as we always do, let's jump into what we've been up to the last couple of weeks.
Well, specifically, this week has been a busy one. It's the first week of the month, which means Nebraska Lodge number 1, the oldest lodge in the state of Nebraska.
It can't be the oldest, is it?
It is. It's the number 1. We had our monthly meeting on Monday, which was a very good meeting. We were trying some new stuff.
Good.
And then last night was Beehive 184.
It was.
Whom I recently joined. So now I'm a plural member. I get to join everybody else in the crew and say that I'm a part of the Beehive Lodge.
Well, what I've been up to is not remembering my lines still.
I second that.
Well, I should say that. I know them. I just can't remember what order to say them in. It happens
All the time.
Look, running a lodge is more my specialty. Ritual is not.
Okay. All right. I'll leave that
Ritual
alone.
is your specialty.
I try.
Well, actually, running the lodge is not mine either. One of these days, I'll find something I'm good at. Okay.
And it's not podcasting either.
No, it's not podcasting for sure. All right, let's get the meat and potatoes of this thing. We have brothers.
Oh, we're doing a show. We are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who have we got?
We have with us brothers Zach and brother Ben.
Brothers Ben?
From the Imperfect Ashlars Masonic Podcast. And you guys are out of Alabama, right?
Hill City, Alabama.
Yep. Small town.
Right on the I-20
Omaha,
corridor from Birmingham to Atlanta. Kind of midway of in Atlanta would give you a geographical location, I guess.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Um,
How big is that community?
Oh gosh, we're growing now. We finally got a Walmart about 20 years ago.
We're actually right on the lake, and this place is booming. It's really just growing. I couldn't even tell you the population now.
A lot of vacation homes and stuff like that, but we're probably up around 30 to 40,000 now population.
Well, for Nebraska, that's really not a small town. We've got quite a few. My hometown in North Platte's got 24,000, and it's probably the biggest one in the western part of the state. So,
wow.
So that's not a small town out here.
Yeah, I graduated high school with 53 other people.
Yeah, I had 40 in our class. So, yeah.
I think we had about 360 in my graduating class.
So we know you guys are from Alabama. What lodges are you guys in? Give them a quick shout out.
I'm a member of Ben M. Jacobs, number 643 out of Pell City. And I'm also a dual member, plural member now that we call it, at Moody Lodge. I can't remember the number. It's been a while since I've been there. But that's my two. and he's got two as well.
And I am a member at Coosa Valley 929, where I'm the Worshipful Master this year and about to step out of that position. And at Benham Jacobs 643, I'm the junior warden.
Oh, 2 offices.
Yep.
That's I can't remember lines. You know what's funny? I remember all of the lines for every position except master, and I'm the master.
That's me too. I'm the master at Ben Jacobs this year, and it's been hell trying to remember all of it.
He has done an excellent job. Do not let him fool you. Zach is a ritual. This is the ritual man right here.
Is it?
So when you say you're about to step out of it, is your year about up? You must run different than we do.
Yeah, our annual communications, I think throughout the state, are usually in June. Usually about the second to third week of June.
24th or something like that this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Ours are January to January.
Right.
Well,
our locals, it's January to January, but our annual communication, the Grand Lodge, is in February. So,
okay, our Grand Lodge is in
November.
Yeah. Okay.
With just a little time lag.
February in Nebraska is not pleasant.
I can imagine. Which summers here are not all that great.
Yeah, and summers here are terrible.
Well, it sounds like you guys might have had a snowstorm down that way too, didn't you? This last winter.
We've had a couple of really hard freezes here and there. Yeah,
it depends on what you call a snowstorm. We go by milk and bread.
We get a little bit of sleet, and everybody freaks out and rushes Walmart and strips the shelves bare of bread and everything else.
And none of us, including us,
and I mean, like in the next morning, it's gone. I think it's just sales. I think it's a sales thing.
Yeah.
I think the news people are in cahoots with them.
Well, it happens here too.
Yeah, but when we get a good storm, we get a foot of snow. Let's say a foot of snow. If that happens in February, we won't see the ground again until probably April.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah,
depressing, but we're out of it now. It's beautiful out there today.
Yeah, we usually get in the wintertime, there's several days below 0, and in the summertime, we get about as many days over 100.
Cool.
So we get both swings. We call it what is it, 18 seasons here in Nebraska?
Yeah. We do all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah.
We have them all 4 in one day here in Alabama.
Well, and then you get in certain months, you've got tornado season. Of course, you got football season, and then it's hurricane season, and we go through all of that.
So how long have you guys each been in masonry then?
I was raised. I got my 3rd degree in 2010.
Okay.
And a few years in, I actually went suspended. So I spent some time out, and then about 4 years ago now, I actually came back in and started actually doing stuff. That first little while, I didn't do anything. I wasn't really a Mason.
And I came in, I would say 4.5 years. 4.5 years I've been a Mason. So I'm a newbie.
Oh no, I'm a newbie. I was raised last August, so
that's awesome.
I'm the junior guy here. So
yeah, I've been a Mason about 9.5 years. Although I spent probably a good 6 or 7 years away from lodge. Still stayed current on my dues and was still helping bring new members in, but I had other things going on that were more important at the time, and now it just turned out to where this is
life happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, our producer was getting his Eagle Scout, and I decided taking the opportunity to watch my son grow up was a good one to take. So,
oh yeah,
congratulations on the Eagle Scout. That is, I'm a former Boy Scout, and that's a big accomplishment.
It is, yeah. He did it as a freshman in high school because he wanted to do it and get it done before he found perfume and car fumes.
Fair enough.
I've never heard that before. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, how big of a Masonic presence is in the area where you guys are at down there?
We had it wrote down somewhere between 18 and 19,000. And that's everybody. Dues, we call them card toters. Right. the elderly guys that aren't able to attend, things like that. That's active, paid up Master Mason.
And that's not counting Prince Hall.
Yeah,
With,
we
Prince,
don't.
with Prince Hall, Alabama Lodge recognized. The Grand Lodge
There's
recognized.
still some.
But with Prince Hall, the number would probably be about 24,000.
Yeah, it would probably just about double.
But as far
I
as
think that's
like
pretty good.
getting away from numbers, I mean, we have a lot of stuff goes on in the state as far as a Masonic presence. We every fall we have the largest car show in the state of Alabama. It's in Lineville over here, and it's put on by the Shriners. And I mean, we've got fishing tournaments. We've got Brother Michael McLean at our lodge working on golf tournaments. So the Masons are active. But as far as their presence, but as far as numbers, we're like everybody else. We're dwindling.
Well, I think no matter what your numbers are, if you have a strong presence in the community, then the numbers don't really matter.
Right.
That's right.
I don't know if y'all know Jim Hall from the Traveling Man podcast, but he I talk to him fairly frequently, and he's got a great saying. It says, "Just be loud about Masonry."
Yeah,
it's
that's what we try to do.
It's the T-shirts, the hats, the
podcast,
the embrace. Yeah, the podcasting. It's
the rings, the bumper stickers, the car tags, everything.
Yeah. Insert form of communication here. I mean, that's what it takes.
I'm curious because one of the recent podcasts you guys put out, it was just quickly mentioned that you'd had some sort of a bass tournament. Was that Masonic? Was that something a lodge did, or was it just somebody that was involved in it? Because that's
one that Coosa Valley 929 puts on yearly, and it started out as a benefit for one of our members' family members that passed away. But it really does good. And I think, last year we gave away 8 $500 scholarships from, funds we generated, and there's prize money that goes out, but we do a pretty good job with it. We've had a problem that for the past 3 or 4 years, there's another bass tournament, and this guy plans the bass tournament on the same weekend as us every time. So this past year, we tried to combine forces and go in together, and it didn't work out good for us, but we still made money to cover the scholarships.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's good.
That's a great
But it's
idea.
a lot of fun, and a lot of Masons participate, and we've actually got one of our members that's talking about, and I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition, but he's talking about starting just a statewide Masonic bass tournament where it's Masons that are involved.
Wow.
I wish we had lakes up here that were worthy of a bass tournament. I'm a bass fisherman. That's the only thing I fish for. And there's just a lot of sand pit lakes that are way overfished. Nebraska's not great for fishing, at least not around the Omaha metro area.
So if you're a traveling man and you ever come to Alabama, we'll put you on some fish here, because this is the fishing mecca here.
I got to applaud you guys. That's an amazing idea. I love hearing ideas like that are both entertaining and exciting, and get out into the community, get them involved, and put a positive light to what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's right. And the good thing about our tournament is most of the people that are fishing these tournaments are young guys now. They're in that 19 to 25. I mean, they're still old guys fishing tournaments, don't get me wrong, but a majority of these guys are college students, and they see our emblem, and they know we're generating funds, we're raising money, charity to give back to the community. And it's a good thing. It's a win-win.
Free recruiting.
It's free recruiting, right? It is. It's a good way to recruit.
Do you get any bites? Have you gotten any petitions come out of that?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, we have. Not many, though. Most of them just kind of look at us and wonder what the symbols are all about, right?
Well, so you guys should podcast from the tournament next year.
There you go.
Get some of the younger guys.
Great idea.
See what's going on.
We actually talked about.
We get invited to several events around Omaha, and we try to make as many as we can. But we release every 2 weeks, which means we're recording every 2 weeks. And then like this one is an in between on the off week. So we stay pretty busy.
Sounds like it.
We've actually talked about, and I think I can't remember if it was y'all or another one I was listening to, but setting up at Grand Lodge and just interviewing whoever wants to come hang out with us.
Just chew the fat.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Grand Lodge communication is great for the little quick 5-minute interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit down, give a shout out about your lodge, your favorite thing about masonry, just, a couple of, 2, 3, 4 questions and
it's a way to glean some really good information off of some of our older members that we may not have in a few years,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's as far as getting Masons in front of a camera, it's a target rich environment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So why did you guys decide to start the podcast, a Masonic podcast, and what pushed you over the edge to get it all started? What was that tipping point for you guys?
He kind of just said yes. I've wanted to start one for a while. I used to, I'd go to friends' houses and we'd start drinking and we'd come up with just the stupidest stuff and just start, bringing up old memories. And we started saying, we need to start a podcast.
They have some friends that have
the dad pod. Yeah.
Dad pod. And I think dad.
And that it kind of started stemming from that. I thought about it one time doing like just a YouTube channel and trying to put a positive light on masonry. And then I thought about it and I was like, well, maybe a podcast. And, there's only so much you can do with video, not revealing secrets and stuff like that. So we actually met before he became a member at my lodge, met at York, right? And come to find out he lived right down the road from me. And one day was just like, let's start a podcast. And he said, let's do it.
And as a teenager, 18, 19, I was a DJ. I was a gospel music at a AM gospel DJ, 1290 AM. And I've always liked radio, but I've always liked the podcast too, as far as like listening, especially I listen to a lot of conservative podcasts, stuff like that. But I had a buddy of mine and we talked about it, but he passed away. And then Zach, came up with the idea and it was like, yeah, let's do this. So, and like I said, we took it from the parking lot to the podcast.
I like it. Yeah. Ours started in the backyard. We were just sitting around and the conversation always fell around masonry. So we just decided to set a camera up, put some microphones in our face.
What is that? I'm just out of curiosity, since we're on video. What is your background? Tell me what you got going on there. Where are you at? Are you at the lodge? Or somebody?
This right here is a painting, and I don't know if you can see all the symbols and everything on it, but Robert Elsner, and Robert is the current.
He's in the Grand Line.
He's in the Grand Line
somewhere.
He is he the prelate? The Grand Prelate? I think he's but anyway, Robert Elsner, he is a Renaissance man. This guy, he writes books. He is a very eloquent speaker. He's a minister, and he painted this thing, and I bought it at an auction at the York Right Ball. So silent auction, and it's one of the pieces, and I treasure it. But I wish you could see the whole thing, but it's the square, and it's the compass and square with all types of symbols in there. I don't know if you can make it out.
Yeah, I think we can see the majority of it. We can see just about to the top of the compass. So
very nice.
So is it at your house?
Logo.
Your studio?
Yeah, we're actually at Ben's house in our studio, as we call it.
Studio in my office
too. Yeah, basements make a great studio. So, where are we at? Oh, how'd you come up with the name of your show?
I was just fumbling through, writing down some names, and I wanted to do something that a lot of people don't really talk about. There's a lot of the traveling and stuff that just says Masonic, and one of the things that at the time that we were both kind of going through was the whole faith and all that, Christianity and what we believe. And it
Struggles,
and
past struggles, things like that.
so I kind of had
The
that
human
thought of
condition.
doing something between the rough ashlar and the perfect ashlar, and I thought, well, we're never going to be perfect, so we might as well be imperfect, and there it was.
Because that was honestly, that was going to be the name of this show, but it was already taken.
Yeah, I heard the episode that y'all did where you mentioned it, and I was like, wow, that's a great mind right there.
Yeah, it's a great name for a Masonic podcast, because you're right. We're never going to be perfect, but as long as we're in pursuit of that, then we'll be all right.
Well, we will be, but it'll be when we shake off these rags.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's actually one of the first Masonic lessons I learned, and it is probably, I would still say, the most important thing that we do, that is to strive to go from that rough ashlar to the perfect ashlar.
Yep. Very well said. See, so we made a commercial for the Third Degree Masonic podcast about our show, and I say we're not very well spoken, but look at you go.
Well, yeah. Every once in a while, I come up with a little gem. Not very
Are
often.
you saying the sun shines on the dog's ass?
I wasn't going to say that. But
Even the sun shines.
you said it very well spoken there, Joe.
Thank you. Why, thank you. I studied hard. Excuse me.
What made you decide to go with video after 12 episodes?
Well,
We started out with video.
we
If you
did.
look back on the blooper reel, you'll see our first attempt in the lodge at doing video.
We originally started. We were gonna video in our lodge, and we
had
after a while just decided against that we'd come to his house and we would just set up the audio until we could get a better camera and everything. And the blooper reel is actually it's pretty funny. I think I chuckle pretty hard when I watch it. But
We had originally, when we came in there, it was night and all the lights were off, and we talked about the ghost of Ben-M Jacobs, which our lodge is Ben-M Jacobs Lodge, and there's a really nice painting on the wall of Ben-M Jacobs, and we talked about maybe the ghost was in there, and then all of a sudden we were sitting there and the mic falls over, and I jumped, and I was like, did I do that? And Zach was like, yeah, you did that.
Yeah, video throws a whole different. It's a whole nother can of worms.
When you've got an ugly head like this, it is.
What are you talking about?
See, we joke that you have to be bald to be on our show.
I fit in.
So, where do you guys see your show at in say 5 years or so? Are you still doing it? Are you in it for a little while?
yeah,
I don't see us
definitely-
stopping this.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Of course, we're not as organized as like y'all or a lot of the other podcasts. We just do it when we get time. It's more of a hobby than anything. We're just being that we're just kind of promoting masonry, and especially since in Alabama, there's not as big of an audience of Masons, so we're trying to get out there to the people that aren't. But I would like to see us grow. Maybe.
We've got some really choice interviews coming in in the next few weeks, so be listening.
And hope that'll help us to get a little bit bigger. We don't, we haven't done anything towards sponsorships or anything like that. We might eventually, but it's one of those, we're not trying to get paid or anything. We just want to do it and have fun with it. So as long as we're still going with it,
we're not worried about numbers or anything. We just like talking masonry. And hey, if that one person just stumbles across it and listens to it and it interests them and they become a member, we've done our job, right?
Exactly.
So how do you grade yourselves as far as what's a successful show? When you get done with a show, what is the one thing that would make you say, we did that right? That was what we were trying to do.
If we didn't reveal a secret.
I would say, we this past year at Grand Lodge, we actually had people that came up to us and were like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. I love the show." And I was just like, "Yeah, BS, whatever." And they were like, "No, I've listened to every episode." And from that point on,
we've got some people that they really,
actually getting out there.
That's good. And
That's
it's a
really
good feeling to just finally know that somebody's listening or watching, you know?
Right.
Is there anybody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, I'd love
So,
to put, like, Fluff and all those on TikTok or whatever, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not that worried about it.
yeah. Yeah.
What's good?
We found that there's especially here in the Midwest, there's a great outreach with other Masonic podcasts. I know we've been on a couple shows in Ohio. We've come out collaborating with you guys. We're going to be.
I take back the well-spoken thing.
Yeah, you should. You should never say that.
Collaborating.
But there's another show out of Wisconsin that we're going to be collaborating with. So there's one of the guys asked if, not on a show or anything, but he sent me a message, said, "Hey, you guys had this content on your show the other day, and it was really good. Do you mind if I use it?" And I said, "Absolutely, man. Run with it. This is not a competition. We're all spreading the same light."
Exactly.
That's right.
So do you guys, stemming off that, do you guys plan on collaborating with any other podcasts or?
I would I like, to me, that's what Masonry is about, is like meeting new people, meeting new guys that you haven't met.
Talking to you
before.
guys, right?
It just shows that bond, especially, like I said, if we get some listeners here in Alabama, they're going to say, "Oh, well, they're talking to these guys from Nebraska, or they're talking to these guys from Ohio," and it's basically like they know each other already. So
yeah,
it's another good, I guess you could call it a recruiting tool, but
yeah, I don't know. Why does everybody hate that word recruiting? I don't understand that. It's, everybody wants to talk about how we need more membership, but nobody wants to say the word recruiting.
It's negative annotation. I understand what you're saying, but in the same token, it's more about maybe we shouldn't use recruiting. Maybe it's more about marketing, because there's a difference between marketing.
I agree.
And recruiting.
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Hey, there you are, pulling it back to well-spoken.
One of the big things that's started up around here is what they call it shepherding. And it's more about going out and leaving the crew that you've got and going out and getting these guys that haven't been in a few weeks or whatever, and checking on them and trying to get these card toters, a lot of people call them, get them back in lodge, and getting people that actually want to come in and actually start.
Let them know we still care, and
exactly
that we wonder
what's
wrong with them, because there's sometimes we'll do Masonic funeral for somebody, and nobody's even seen them in 10 years, but they've been paying their dues, and isn't it it's our responsibility to check on these guys, right?
Yeah.
And
then I'd say that's actually one thing. We try not to say anything bad about Masonry, but we need to get back to that. I think there's a great need around this area too, to get back with those brothers, to let them know. So many times I hear stories of guys here, and they hear from their lodge once a year, and it's when their dues are up. So
yeah,
that is something we need to work on as Masons. I think that's great. What kind of ideas, what kind of feedback have you guys had with that? Because that's something I'd love to see here.
A lot of most everything has been coming from our secretary. He's fairly new with our lodge, but he'll send out letters, even if it's just like a happy birthday card or something like that, or just we're thinking about you. If we have somebody that might be sick or something, a get well card or something. And I personally, as the master, I'm trying to get to where I start actually calling people or going and visiting. And but so far, I mean, it's been positive. We've had a good resurgence of especially a lot of the younger guys coming back.
Is it group one? The group one, is Ron in group one? Ron Forrest? No. Anyway, it's up in North Alabama. They've had like a tremendous response in numbers in their lodges increasing because of the shepherding program. It's been really good up there. So we've had a guy at York Wright that's keeps approaching us about doing this. His name's Ron Forrest, and he kind of heads the shepherding program up in the state. And it's just a great idea. I mean, and it's
as simple as just a phone call, or a stop
let
by
them know
and knock on the door.
We care. They're our brethren, right? They are our brethren.
Yeah, that's the first act that I did as master this year was go through our list, our roster on Grandview. We use Grandview here. But everybody who I haven't seen in Lodge in 6 months or so, and all the names that I didn't know who the hell they were, they got a phone call.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of guys back in Lodge because of that. So that's,
there you go.
Well, and going hand in hand with that, I got to give out another shout out. I visited a lodge up in rural north central Nebraska and recently, and one of the things that they were talking about, their high 12 group, one of the guys' high 12 group in Arizona, they made it a point to visit widows and make sure that they'd all gotten a pin, their pin that they're supposed to get. But there was an outreach with the widows too, and I think that's another opportunity for Masons as a whole to we need to remember that we need to remember those widows as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing we do at Ben Jacobs every year. We do a fruit basket for our widows.
Fruit baskets and cards.
Yeah.
From,
I actually made
groceries or Walmart or whatever.
I actually made business cards with my phone number, and every one of them that I delivered, I said, "This is my phone number. If you need anything, you call me. I'm here. Even if you just want to talk to somebody, need somebody to cut your grass, whatever." And we're trying to get back to that too.
I love that idea.
That's really great. I like that. So that kind of brings us to the end of what we've prepared.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, my fingers don't want to work. I'm a mechanic, so usually by Friday my fingers are shot.
But you still have all 10 of them.
Okay. So we've prepared some random questions numbered from 1 to 33. So we'll let each of you pick one, and you can decide your own fate.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, pick a number 1 to 33.
Oh man, 30.
Question 30.
What makes your Masonic journey unique to you?
Okay. Our name, Imperfect Ashlars, really would speak volumes about my youth. Okay. And I have, and if you've listened to our podcast, Zach has as well. I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life. And I used to try to do it in the church, and I'm not knocking the church. I love the church. I'm a member, and I'm a card-toting member of a Baptist church. And but whenever I found Masonry and the tools, and learned that I could work on my character that way, and building this, taking that ashlar and chinking away, and just being around the brethren and everything, and just soaking all that in, and all the wisdom and everything. It's been for me, it's been just transformative. That's the only way. It's just, I don't know. It's the mysteries. Is that what we could say? And I love it. But I came in kind of on fire for Masonry. I had always had a desire to be a Mason, and then it just kind of, everything lined up to where I became a Mason, and coming in, just and really seeing what Masonry was about. All I knew was, they had cool rings. That's all I knew, man. They had cool rings, and they did good things in the community, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do good things in the community. I wanted to give back, and that's been the best thing, is just seeing, what I found in Masonry with the working tools and what I found with all the friendship, and it's just changed my life. I don't know if that answered the question. Maybe you should give me 31.
Well, so that's really great. So if you came into it with that kind of fire wanting to be a Mason, because I had the exact opposite. I didn't know anything about Masonry, but I'm curious, when you got to be a Mason, was it everything you thought? Was it completely different? Was it good? Was it better than what you thought? What was your impressions after you got on the other side?
When I first became a Mason, I was like, the ritual and everything to become a Mason was just, especially when I was raised to a Master Mason, it was eye-opening. And it made me feel like I was a part of something, just something really big and something really great. And I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it was everything that I expected and more. And that's one of the reasons we're doing this podcast. I love Masonry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm the same way. I came in, I didn't know anything about it. Here I am, a third generation Scottish Rite Mason, and I didn't know anything about it.
Nope.
Except that Shriners drove little cars and drank a lot of alcohol.
Parades.
And it took me a little while to warm up to it, but once it started sitting on my terms, man, I'm 150% in.
Oh, so I was right away. I didn't know what I was walking into, but you're 100% right. That each of those ceremonies, particularly, I'm with you on the Master Mason, but even the Entered Apprentice, walking away from that going, wow, I can't believe I just went through that.
Yeah.
And the Master Mason one, it took me, I spent 2 days in contemplation about what had actually gone on. I couldn't believe, and everybody's bragging it up. I can't believe it's that big a deal. And it was. I spent days thinking about it. And the most infuriating thing about it is I can't even tell anybody what happened. You have to experience it yourself. So if you're out there listening, it's well worth it.
It really is. It really is. Greatest night of my life.
All right, brother Zach, it's your turn.
Same question.
Nope.
No.
I got
You're getting off that easy.
33, man.
I'm gonna go with number 10.
Number 10.
That's my baseball.
That's after 9.
I know it is. I'm just making sure my fingers work.
What is your favorite lodge meal?
Oh,
Swamp stew. No, I'm joking.
that's in my top.
So hang on. We got to back up. What the hell is swamp stew?
Swamp stew is
this is his special.
You need the recipe. It has become the lodge as a conference lodge standby food, but it's basically turnip greens, northern beans, black eyed peas, black beans, and Kaneka sausage, all just swamps, and it's really good. It's like a Cajun dish, but it's really, really good.
Okay, we'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, right.
But to be honest, I would say, when we've mentioned him before on our show, but Brother Alvin's pizza, that's got to be my top favorite. It's homemade. The doughs, he needs his own dough and everything. Everything is from scratch,
and he can make some really good cornbread.
Oh yeah.
You can't beat a meal made with love. All right, so do you have any shout outs, Jim?
Wow, I hadn't thought about it.
I neither. Do you guys have any shout outs? Any shout out to any of your brethren down there that may come across this show?
I'll give a shout out to our one of our newly raised Master Masons, Brother Ben Robertson.
Well, and we've also got Kerry Elliott.
And Brother Kerry Elliott, who was our latest. He was just raised Saturday.
Yeah, we're both, I don't know what y'all may call them in your jurisdiction, but we have our teaching certificates, which is learning the lessons or the catechisms. So the one he mentioned is the one that he was teaching. The one that I mentioned is the one that I was teaching. So we both past little while that we've gotten to raise. So shout out to them.
Yeah, up
Definitely.
here we call that being proficient. Well, you're proficient in
Yeah.
that degree, which means you've learned everything you need to learn. Right?
Sure.
Sure.
I did think of a shout out though.
Did you?
I did, but today is our secretary's birthday. So worshipful brother Eric Jones, happy birthday. And thank you for the hard work you've put in recently and for the encouragement that you've given me recently. So,
Well, since our last show, the day after our last show was my birthday, and my wife and my son went together and bought me a 28-inch Blackstone, which I have cooked on many times in the last week and a half. So
Very
shout
good.
out to them.
Very good.
All right. So again, this is Brother Zach and Brother Ben with the Imperfect Ashlars Masonic Podcast out of
Where-
Alabama.
Where can they find your podcast if
Yeah.
they want to listen?
Just about anywhere. I've sent the RSS feed to just about everything I can. We're on YouTube,
Spotify.
Spotify, Facebook, Apple Podcast, all of them. Just Google us; it'll come up some.
So if you're listening to us, you can find them on the same different places that we're at. So
On the same different
on the
places.
same different places.
I take back the
Yeah, I'm back down again.
And thank you guys so much for allowing us to come on your show.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been
No,
great.
thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And I think a little birdie told me that we may be reciprocating and we might be on your show someday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we might have to
All right.
address
Well,
the name and everything.
We're gonna do this.
yeah. Until next time, travel
Travel
well,
well,
my
brothers.
brothers.
Your one-stop Masonic marketplace. You are the hero of this journey. We want to proudly stand behind you every step of the way. We want to enable you to go the extra mile in your Masonic travels. We want you to look your very best on every occasion. Investing in high-quality regalia shouldn't be a burden. We know you want to be better. We know you want to make a difference. We don't think you should compromise. Be your best. Visit bricksmasons.com today. Demonstrate that love never ends through the commitment to support past and present service members, the communities that surround them, and the loved ones of those whom we will never forget. Visit deganpage.org for more information. At Homeward Handyman Services, we pride ourselves on being honest and giving every job the attention it deserves. Owned and operated by a master mason with 2 decades of expertise in home repair. We are bonded and insured, and we carry the highest standards when it comes to taking care of your home. Whether you need a faucet changed or a light remodel, we can take care of your home improvement needs. Call Michael at 402-915-0824 today for a free estimate.
When it comes to something as important as insurance, it's imperative that you work with an agency who has an in-depth knowledge of multiple insurance products, companies, and guidelines, not just one. We are completely independent agents, and we work for your best interests. We are Mason-friendly. We have locations in Fremont and Elkhorn. We provide policies for virtually all of your personal and commercial needs, including health and dental. Visit our website at www.theinsurancecenterinc.com. We're available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.